All right, so let's keep going. I will talk about a script I actually wrote with Maya mail script, which can automatically generate the extrusion. I call this as super extrusion. It's create kind of like a hollow frame based on the tessellation of your surface. All right. So here I will show you how you can download the script and how you can just create a short button, one click, you can execute that script. This is very similar like scripting with Java, C#, or even Visual Basic. When other people create a script, you can just download and then apply directly in your program. That is a very good way you can accelerate the design modeling process. So in the future, when we talk about Grasshopper, I will talk more about how to download the script, how to apply the script. So today, let's just first time, let's try the script with MEL, which is a language for Maya, MEL. The first thing I want to do is in a window, it's in a user interface, UI elements. I want to make sure I have this command line turned on. So you can see here's a MEL. I can type command. For example, I can create a sphere or some other things. So here's F. You can see the sphere show up right here in the 0, 0. So it's kind of like AutoCAD, right? You can just type, I don't know, cube. Oh, cube is not a MEL script. I think it's a box. It's not. Sorry, let's just create a sphere. Here we go. You see a NURB sphere, right? I don't know, polysphere? Well, never mind. It's not a big deal. We are not really typing these numbers at this command directly. All right. So what I want to show you is how you can load a bunch of MEL script directly in this place. Then Maya will execute a sequence of operation. Create something really cool. So where to download the script? If you go back to my main 3D website, you can go to research manual. There is a manual named 3D programming. And this is all the MEL script. I think I have one. The name is superextrude in the second page. Here we go, superextrude. So click this attached file. This is a script. All right. I think today I don't really want to go through the scripting. I think maybe at the end of this semester I will talk more. So now let's just use Control A, select all the text, copy them. Okay. So I go back to Maya, and we'll open this scripting window in the corner. So this is the environment. You can either write a script with MEL or Python. Python is another language. It's not Snake, it's a language. So here I will just get rid of whatever here, then Control V to paste the script from my website. You see this window is pretty nice. It's automatically give you color. So if you have a notation, it's just highlight. All right, so this is all the script. Then I will use Control A, select the script again. I want to create a shortcut to the script. So I can go to any shelf. Maybe the best way is go to custom shelf. Then I can use middle button, drag and drop. Okay? In this way, you create a shortcut to this script. All right, I can close this window. So whenever I click this shortcut, it automatically runs all the script. You can see the script is still here. So let me click that. Bingo, right? You got the script running. So the script will actually generate a new window. This window, I named this as superextrude. It only have two variables, scale and height. So let's take a look. I will use the model I just created. For instance, this guy. I use 8, switch to the object, zoom in, just make sure, well, it's a little bit clustered. Let me just move this outside so you can see. I delete this guy. I think it's a little bit too crazy. So let's use this. Alright. So this is the polygon model. With my super extrude script, you can have two variables control. First is the scale. If I hit create extrude, you'll see the new face will be scaled 90% down and then delete. So basically you got the openings, right? And the second value control the height, means how deep you want to push the frames and create a thickness. So let me undo this. I change scale to 0.5, extrude again. You see the new face is only 50% of the original face. Make sense? So this actually control the scale of your opening. Let's undo one more time. I do 0.1, right? Very, very tiny openings. You see the tiny opening there. Make sense? Right? This is how you can create this kind of frame-like geometries. Usually this value you should do that between 0.1 to 0.99. Don't make it beyond 1 or below 0. So let's do 8. The second one control the height. So I want to make the thickness a little bit higher. Let's do 5. Hit extrude. We do see it's a pretty thick lines. I think it's a little bit too thick. Let's do 3. That's it. You got this kind of frame-like structure very easily. So this allows you to do any, you can pick any polygon model to do that. If I choose 0.8, this value gives 1, so it's a very thin shell. Hit apply. You got that shape, right? It's pretty nice. I can apply to this guy too. This is a polygon as well. Hit apply. Got that. Very nice. Use number 3. I can turn on the soft display. Here I turn number 3. Give me a warning. There are too many faces, right? In this case, there are a couple of things you can do. You can just ignore the warning. You're basically taking the risk that the computer might crash. Another way is you just maintain as 1, as rigid, right? But you are going to do a smooth manually. So you can go to polygon, and here's the smooth button. You can do this manually. So click smooth. Have to pick object first. Click smooth. It will calculate all the smooth actions. Then you can have this smooth version. The nice thing about this type of smooth is it doesn't really give you a crazy high number of points in the first place. It also gives you the options. If you do want to bouncing up the deviations, you can do that later. So right now I think the deviation is only 1. It's already pretty complicated. But if I want to make an even smoother version, I give deviation to 2. It takes a few minutes, a few seconds. Now you got a smoother version. Okay, so you do have the options you can manipulate. If you change deviation back to 0, that is original geometry. All right. So here the point is, if you combine the super extrude with smooth, right? Let's make the smooth. This one can afford a little bit higher deviations. Let's give 2, or even 3. You want to be very careful. You can get this kind of like a bone-like structure, right? And you can 3D print. Oops, right here. Let's change the shading back to disabled wireframe, so you can see that's the geometry looks like. Right, it's pretty dense. You can see right click, vertex, the density of the points is very high, right? So that's all the points. You can still do the soft manipulation, you know. I can turn on the soft selection, maybe reduce the radius a little bit. Right, so if I pick a point, this is the range, then I can move. Yeah, here we go. It's pretty cool, right? You can pick another point. Because I have soft selection on, you are basically select hundreds of points at the same time. Then I can move it. You can see that's the change. Okay, so this kind of operation is very difficult to do in Rhino. Even Rhino has a mesh modeling. It won't allow you to do this type of super dense, super complicated geometry. So I can rotate these points. I start to see the model twisted, right? Yeah, that's actually a pretty good shape. Right? Okay, I think that's pretty much about super extrude. Let me see anything else I want to talk really quick. Oh yeah, just a few minutes, really quick talk. Let's Control D, duplicate this guy. Another benefit, I think I should just cover that super quick. Because you have the polygon model, right? There's many ways you can create additional details. So for example, you can create cut. This is like a knife, right? You can cut. Then you can, pick a point, enter. You can cut this kind of new lines right here. This is very powerful for the, like details. You want to create these kind of details, or you want to, pick a point here, that kind of details, right? After you have the details, then you do the super extrude. It convert that details into a 3-dimension frame. Make sense? So basically, you can draw any pattern you like directly on the surface of the polygon. Then you get that details. Another benefit is in polygon, you can easily cut a geometry. So I think where is a cut? Sometimes the button is not that easy to understand. I will just use a menu. So it's in the mesh tools. Actually, let's see. Where is the split? I think this is mirror, smooth, subdivision, extrude, bridge, bevel, flip, collapse, extract. All right, anyhow, I have to go back to menu. Let's see. Offside, pent, slide. Yeah, no, it's not slide edge. Yeah, that's a problem of mine. There's too many tools available. I'm trying to find one I really like. Well, I cannot find it right now. I will show that later. Let's try this one first. Poke face. So this is actually under the edit menu, face group. You can poke face. If I do that, you see all the quads break into triangles from the centroid, from the center point. Then I can do mesh, edit mesh, poke one more time, right? So poke triangle into 3 triangles. I can continue to do that if you want to break down this into a fractal type of geometry. So that's a pretty nice pattern, right? So that's made by just simply poke face. Then if you do super extrude number 3, and let's just display. So that's the new face looks like, right? Pretty nice. Undo that. I don't want to have super extrusion. So that's a poke face. You can also try other tools like chamfer, for instance. If I pick a group of points, okay, and then I chamfer them, basically you create this kind of holes in the middle, and you can control the dimension. You can make a chamfer smaller, bigger, depends on, right? So have that pattern. Then I can super extrude. Yeah, so here you go, almost like a window frame. Okay, so I will encourage you, just go ahead, explore all the different tools here, see if you can create something really interesting, and then you convert into super extrude, you convert into a frame structure. So multi-cut, sees appendix, mesh display, spin, delete, poke, wedge. Yeah, you can also average vertex. This is actually another pretty cool one. So if I select this, average, it basically shrink the model into a smooth version. Do you see that? It calculates the distance between 2 points, actually a network of points, and then try to relax, if this is the right term, relax the model from rigid into some kind of soft geometry. And this one doesn't really increase number of points, it just relaxes the original mesh. So if you keep doing that, you can get a pretty nice smooth version. Yeah, it's kind of like a rubber, right? You convert this ceramic thing into a rubber material. Yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. Then I will go ahead to do super extrude. Wow. And then I go ahead to do a smooth on the top. So here you can see sometimes the result is kind of unpredictable, right? But I think that is the beauty of Maya modeling. It's just like you're doing a sculpture. You don't have to know exactly what is the outcome, right? When you pick up the knife, you just keep shaping the form until you find something you really like. So that is the kind of workflow I want you guys to try for this homework. All right, I will stop the video right here.